Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to talk to you today about Mary Oliver's Alphabet of Sound. And this is a very interesting and crucial aspect of writing poems. So I want to get right to it. I'm going to turn to the Alphabet of Sounds in the class and discuss. So what we have here are a division which we all know of. Vowels and consonants, okay? And the vowels are simple. A, E, I, O, U. What that means is they can be perfectly sounded without the aid of anything but themselves. That means that I can produce a perfect sound without the help of another sound, okay? So those are simple. Consonants are complex. Both consonants and vowels give a textured feeling to the language, that we're using in our poems. We want the reader to get a textured feeling from the language that we're using in our poems because we want the reader to experience what we're talking about. So consonants, okay, are divided into 4 categories: semivowels, aspirates, liquids, and mutes. And you may wonder, why do I need to know this? For the reason I just said, but a little bit more detail about that. When I provide a textured sound such that it sounds like something that's happening in my poem, such as, I don't know, a car's wheels screeching. That word screeching has this big old K in the middle of it. K is one of the 8 mute sounds in our language, and that mute sound impersonates what I'm describing, and so in some ways it's onomatopoetic, similarly to buzz. The bee went buzz, which sounds like a bee. So those Z sounds are in reenacting the sound that I'm trying to produce, or the idea that I'm trying to produce. Okay, so Z is a semi-vowel, which means it can be sounded without a vowel, Z, or L. But what would we think of that as? Would it be L, right? L is not E-L. L is L, which doesn't have a spelling. It's just the letter L. N is in, Z, okay? And J and I've talked about that one in relation to someone's poem. Let me think who it was. It was Kyle. His poem had M's in it, liquid sounds. R, S, V, W, X, Y, Z, C, and G, soft. Okay, so C and G, soft. So C soft is like an S sound, circle, the first C. The second C in circle is a K sound. So some of those sounds, and I'm not asking you to become a phonetic expert, I'm asking you to think about these sounds prior to writing, because when we're writing, we're not thinking about how do I produce a buzz like a bee sound. I'm thinking of I'm inside my poem writing it. Once I'm inside my poem writing it, and this is the crucial point, I cannot access what I don't know. So I have to know sound in order to utilize sound. Otherwise, I'm going blindly, which sometimes that works wonderfully, I have to say. But it's a lot better to have something available to you and that just happens as you're writing about the snow falling and deepening when you're going through the forest in the middle of winter with the horse stopping by woods on a snowy evening. There's a lot of D sounds, a lot of piling up P sounds, a lot of S sounds, and pretty soon the language is piling up as sound, as snow. And so the effect is brilliant. If you don't know the poem, seek it out and give it a read. Liquids, LMNR. These are pleasurable, rivery sounds, I think of them as. They are some of the most common sounds when we're writing about rain, when we're writing about the river, stream, ocean, when we're writing a poem concerning what happens to the body when we swim, when we watch our dogs swim. These are common sounds, and there's only 4, so that's pretty manageable in terms of remembering. And with the mutes, there are only 8. I never get them all right, so I'm going to read B, D, K, P, Q, T, C, and G, hard. Circle, the second C is a K. That's a hard C sound. Egg, G, is a hard G sound. Giant, on the other hand, or jello, they're the same sounds, but they're different letters. Giant is a soft C sound. So, to get a handle on some of these ideas, just even if it's just understanding, oh, this exists, that's good for now. If I can remember LMNR, some of the mute sounds, I can do other things. For instance, if you listen to any profanity, it almost always has a mute sound in it. So K sound, a T sound, a hard C sound. It has other sounds too, of course, but these sounds are startling. They grab our attention, don't they? And what luck, the K of luck, is a very attention-seeking sound. And so no wonder that profanity, which comes out of our emotional lives, right, as a culture, as multiple cultures, since English is an amalgam of many languages, no wonder that that K sound is there in multiple profanity, words of profanity, because we want to grab the listener's attention. If we're writing that sound, and we write it on the page, not only is it liberating, but it also grabs the reader's attention, and it could repel the reader. It's a chance we take. But my question to you then would be, should we or should we not write with profanity? All of us will have different reasons why or why not this should be used in language, in poetry. But one underlying concern of mine, and I pass it along to you, is should we ever censor ourselves? It seems counterproductive to the creative process to censor oneself. So look, this is what sound does. This sound creates a world, and it's available totally democratically to all of us, depending on how much we're willing to use it, learn it, fight for it, and embody it in our poems. Talk to you more soon.